Well, funerals are an inherently emotional experience, and family dynamics are growing more complex, and personal touch is becoming ever more important. Let's welcome Parker Smith, Executive Vice President for McAlister-Smith Funeral and Cremation Services, and Jane Comfort, COO of Holy City Affairs. Glad to have you both with us. So yeah, I mean, people's needs are ever evolving, aren't they? So you're a young fellow, Parker. How long have you been in this line of work?
So I'm a fifth-generation funeral director in Balmer, but I kind of grew up around the funeral home, lived above it for some time, so most of my life, but actually in the day-to-day operation, I'd say about 5 years now.
What was that like, I have to ask?
Growing up in a funeral? Definitely was very different than your normal 9-to-5 job, parents leaving during the holidays, and being a part of it when employees couldn't come into work. You had to step up and help out the family business.
Wow, so you are very intimately connected, and you understand kind of what that process looks like. And even over the course of the last 5 years, would you say that people's demands and needs have changed?
Absolutely, especially in Charleston with it being such a transient city.
Sure. Tell us a little bit more.
So as cremation's gone up every single year, really demands and needs, more celebration of lives are more popular now. The normal going to church and going to the grave have kind of declined rapidly. And now with celebration of life, cremation on the rise, transient cities, more of a, not a wedding style event, but a full-fledged celebration of life, family reunion, where the family's really coming together and wants more of a bar package, off-site venue, live music, and those offerings of those sorts.
And that's where you come in, Jane.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so tell us more about how you're two collaborating.
Well, one of the things we're doing is we're full service. So anything that we offer to the family is the entire scope of the event. Arrival, pre-planning what they need, stocking the refrigerator, getting them lodging, taking care of any small children that may need to be tended to. You know, if their family needs their grass cut or things like that. So it's way beyond just the actual ceremony, which McAlister-Smith handles. But we also work with them to handle if the celebration of life is on a charter boat, at a golf course, or at their favorite hunting lodge. We kind of help them.
Sounds like very unusual requests, typically speaking, because you were mentioning, you know, you go to the funeral home and then the home or some other simple venue, but now we're really looking at kind of fancy stuff.
We can, yes.
You can, okay.
Yes. Yeah, and it can be fancy stuff, or it could be as simple as family members live in New York City and they need mom's grass cut because they haven't been able to settle the estate, and the house needs to stay in good shape while the realtors are trying to sell the house, while they're going through probate and trying to offset the estate. So we can do anything from just cutting the grass, taking out the trash, to renting a boat for a scattering of the remains.
Oh, very interesting. I mean, I would have thought that a realtor would step in to do those things, but you are doing it.
If it's part of the need of the family during that time, absolutely, yes.
Now, is it at a premium? Because I think cost is also, you know, a huge concern for a lot of families. So what is kind of the typical price point if we're talking about, you know, ensuring that someone is staying in a nice place, you know, whether it's a Airbnb or something to that effect, or the venue itself?
Yeah, absolutely. So anything that we offer, we have price points that matches what the family needs. So there's no you know, finder's fee or anything. There's really in-house. So coming to McAlister-Smith and partnering with Holy City Affair, we bring that together. So if a family member wants to stay downtown Charleston on the Peninsula, we'll find them rooms in downtown Charleston on the Peninsula. If they want something easy to the airport, then we'll get hotel rooms easy to the airport. If they want an Airbnb, like you mentioned, on Sullivan's Island, so the whole family can be there for a family reunion, we'll get them the beach house. So it's really meeting the family where they need to be.
It sounds like this would take a lot of stress off of the family. You know, they're already going through something so very emotional, so very personal. So it really does alleviate any of the other stress when you can really put it into someone else's hands.
We love saying we're the easy button. We really do. Because again, when they're dealing with an emotion that they've probably never experienced or haven't in a long time, they really aren't thinking clearly. So this partnership allows us to work together to take all of that stress off the family.
I see, okay. And I just have to ask you, Parker, we were talking a little bit about this before we got started, but you know, funerals have taken different shape over the years, and there's different cultures around the world that do things differently. Have you ever come across anyone requesting something that was rather out of the box or unique to celebrate that person's life?
Absolutely, I think green burials are definitely becoming more popular, as well as aquamation. Aquamation is going to start being seen in South Carolina now.
What is aquamation? Just let our audience know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a water cremation. So instead of using a flame and a retort, it's water with soft chemicals to decompose the body, and then the cremated remains are more of a sand color versus
Interesting.
a traditional cremated remain color.
Wow, and that's not legal quite yet here, practiced here in South Carolina, but it's on the way?
So it just became legal. No funeral home in South Carolina has purchased a machine yet.
I see, okay, all right. But you can do it for pets.
We do offer it for our pet department, yep. So we do offer
Okay.
aquamation for our pets.
So even our four-legged friends, you also offer services?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's wonderful. And for more information, where should they go?
They should go to McAlister-Smith.com/concierge.
Yep, and that links us to both the partnership.
Okay, wonderful. Jane, Parker, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We'll be back after this.